Ifwa in Africa. Welcome to my weekly update where I kind of want to monitor my perceptions, changing or otherwise. Sort of if I feel differently or see things differently on a weekly basis. This is my second week here. And this second week, sort of, it's not going very well because we got stopped by the cops. I've noticed the common denominator here. Last time I was in Ghana in 2019 for only 1 week, I was stopped 3 times by the cops with 3 different people driving me around. So I'm beginning to think maybe I attract the cops. I'm not paranoid or anything, but I think there might be a small grain of truth in it because this Bruni perception I have here. Family members have said, and just the general populace, in Ghana and the town I'm staying in right now, just see me differently. I think in my last post, I said how some guy asked me if I was American. But it would appear that difference that you emit and transmit somehow, or it's in your demeanor or whatever, people pick up on it. The cop said yesterday that, oh, they're just doing random checks. Random, my behind. We literally just pulled out of our road and maybe got about 5 meters down the road. They were at the entrance to, exit as we were leaving our road. We could see these 2 cops. And I was thinking, oh, wow, look at those horses. As I was already taken, we've seen a lot of horses on the beach. There's a horse theme developing in this visit here. And before I knew it, my companion was slowing down. I said, oh, what, did they signal for you to stop? She said, oh, yeah. So we pulled up, well, as close as there isn't a curb. You pull it up any closer and you'll be in a gutter because the drains are uncovered here. And we waited. I just thought, the cops approached and they went to my window because, let me see, it's left-hand drive, the cars here, and you drive on the right. So I happened, where I was sitting, the passenger seat, the cop approached that as if to talk to me, but he had to talk over me to my companion, the driver. And there's me being all naive. I said, oh, would you mind if I take a picture of your horse, officer? He said, yeah, go right along. So I'm taking a picture. Next thing I know, he says to my companion, the driver, driving license, please. Excuse me, I think I'm going to cough. My throat's really not helping me these days. Sorry. So my friend whips out her Ghanaian driving license, right? And hands it over. It looks at it. Said, "You've missed your last 2 renewals." I didn't have a Scooby-Doo what he was talking about, and neither did my friend. She says, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you've missed your last 2 renewals," and he flips over this card, the driving license, and there were like dates on the back in small print. Bearing in mind, the actual driving license has not expired. It had another 2 years to go. But it's like you have to renew it. And then I was getting confused as well. So I piped up. I really should have just kept quiet. But I piped up and said, well, yeah, it does not expire for another 2 years. What do you mean renew it? So there was all this ambiguity and confusion, reigning. where me and my friend were concerned. I said, and then I said, of course, what did I do? What did I do? I said, in the UK, you have years before this expires. You don't have to renew it. And the officer just looked bored and looked straight through me like, I don't care what they do in the UK. You are in Ghana now. That sort of thing. So I kept quiet thereafter. But it was just weird because he was having to talk over me to, my friend who's in the seat next to me. So it felt really odd, like I should be contributing in a way rather than just sitting down, then batting backwards and forwards over my body. Anyway, so long story short, he said, this is an arrestable offence. Wait, what? We went from some two renewals that she'd missed to now facing possible arrest. My friend was incensed. Bearing in mind, she's also a Ghanaian who's been living in the UK for some time. And so we're sort of a similar background, even the same age. And she said, what? You cannot arrest me for this. And bearing in mind, she's also a lawyer. So that was informing the discussions. The officer said, yeah, well, you need to come down to the station with me now. I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? We were trying to understand, what is this renewal? How have we committed an offense? And what is this renewal thing? He said, you should go every 2 years to renew. This is what the card says at the back. And we saw these dates now in the small print for ourselves. And I'm a complete novice. And my friend who's been holding this card didn't even know herself. And now he wanted us to come down to the cop shop to be processed or whatever. My friend was having none of it. And I was just getting depressed, sitting there thinking, this is not what I signed up for when I was returning to the country of my birth. She stood her ground and called her own lawyer. Even though she's a lawyer, she has her own lawyer, a Ghanaian lawyer practicing here. And so then we have this three-way conversation with her lawyer on the phone, the cop by the window beside me, and my friend just, a bit agitated. And basically, he was like, I'm going to check the law. I was like, well, I hope you know the law. And the officer was not impressed. You can't, frighten me. I know the law. And my friend is saying, no, it's not the law. You cannot arrest me for whatever this renewal thing is. He said, Google it then. If you don't believe me, Google it. I thought, I was hoping that he would have some legal documentation to flash at us rather than ask us to Google. Hey ho, but that's the age we live in now. So, long story short, turns out in Ghana, even though you have an expiration date for your driving license, you also need to go and renew it every 2 years, because it's some sort of way of monitoring whether you are still fit to drive. This is what I've been able to glean from listening to the discussions. Sorry, excuse me again. I think it's like to check your eyesight is okay. I mean, the officer used an analogy. You just go to check, to make sure if your leg is broken or something, you can still drive. But I think, it's to check that you're still fit and healthy to drive, which obviously is a good idea. But it wasn't quite clear, that's what it was about. And my lawyer friend, was having none of it. And then whilst she was waiting for her lawyer to come to confirm whether we were going to be arrested and taken to the police station, she suddenly remembered that she had her British driving license, and that it was valid to be used in Ghana for 6 months. I wonder if you can do that with your Ghanaian one in the UK. I suspect not. Anywho, so she said, well, I have my UK driving license and I can drive on that for the next 6 months. And the cop said, well, that's fine then. Then we have no problem. I thought, oh my God. You should have just shown me your British driving license. But oh, let's not start this again. She said you asked me for my license, so I showed you my Ghanaian like that. Anyway. So basically, we were allowed to go. My friend's lawyer confirmed that yes, it's an arrestable offence if you have not renewed your Ghanaian license every 2 years. So please take note. Should you be a diasporan or somebody who just doesn't know how it works, and if they don't make it clear to you at the DVLA or the equivalent here, that every 2 years you must go and renew your driving license, irrespective of the expiration date. So I've learned something. Sorry, excuse me. So anyway, so no offense committed technically, because now the good old UK driving license saved the day. Woohoo! However, the lawyer for my friend said, just take care of him, sort of thing. And my friend said, what? He goes, just do that. Anyway, he hangs up, and I looked at my friend and thought, oh God, please. Even though we've committed no offense, nothing, it's all true. The stuff you hear, that depressed me. My friend has to, well, notes past hands, say no more. It's not the first time I've heard that, and my poor old mother was forced to do stuff like that in my youth. Nothing's changed 40 years later. And the cop was then happy to go on his way. I said to him before he went, I said, you know what? I'm seriously thinking about coming back home to Ghana and relocating in years to come. But I said, if this is the kind of conditions under which we have to live, I said, I don't think I'm going to be coming back. And then they were like, oh, no, Ghana is so beautiful. And I said, I'm not questioning the beauty. I'm questioning some of the systems in place that sadly hasn't changed, Anyway, so that was the downer to my second week. But there is a bit of an upper. Would you believe? This is not what I expected, So I have that negative experience. And then last week, before I knew it, I was visiting the king. What is going on? Yes, my landlady knows the king. She can just call him up for a chat and he said, come and visit. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop now. I'll tell you more about that. But my throat is beginning to give way. I have to look after myself. I really should just calm down and chill and stop going out. But then we've got a party this Saturday, so boy, I can't wait. But anyway, sorry. Thank you for watching. I thought I would share, a little bit of my experience. I will upload again my ruminations about, what I think is going on with me and my experiences in another post, and let's see what people think. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share with your network if you think they might find this useful. But please do like and comment. It helps the algorithms and it helps me build my subscribers as well. So until the next upload, thank you for watching.